Yeah, Leviticus chapter 23. So just as how there was the first Exodus, right, and our people went into the wilderness, right, when the Mosai set them free from the hand of the Egyptians, right, and the Pharaoh, right. They went through the wilderness to be proved to be humble, right, before they entered the land, which only a few was able to see it, which is Caleb, Joshua, and the little ones, right. It's the same way how there will be a second Exodus, right, and our people will be in the wilderness again to be proved, tried, humbled, and also purged, right. So again, there will be a second Exodus, right? Our people will be in the wilderness again to be proved, tried, humbled, and purged. This time only, a remnant will enter in the land, right? So let's go to Leviticus chapter 23, and let's read verse 34.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 34. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this Sabbath month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Most High.
Right, so we're in the 7th month, right? So at sundown, you know, the 15th day of the 7th month, the Feast of Tabernacles. Come on.
On the first day shall be an holy convocation.
Right, so we starting our holy convocation now. Come on.
Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire.
So now, there's no more offerings which we offer, because Christ is now our sacrifice. Come on.
Made by fire unto the Most High. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you.
That's the last day. Come on.
And ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein.
Come on.
These are the feasts of the Most High, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon this day, besides the Sabbaths of the Lord, and besides your gifts, and besides all your vows, and besides all your free will offerings, which ye shall give unto the Most High. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Most High 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. Ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of the goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before the Most High your power 7 days. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Most High 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. You shall celebrate it in the 7th month. You shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths, when I brought them out of the land of Egypt.
Right, so when we went out of the land of Egypt, we went into the wilderness, we dwell in booths. Right? So this is the same thing that's going to happen again. Read.
I am the Lord your power. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Most High.
Right, so now let's see how it was when we went into the wilderness. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 8. So now we're going to take a very eye-opener at the signs that was happening during the time of the Exodus, right? And even after the Exodus, when they were in the wilderness, right? How the Mosai, right, was trying and was proving them, right? In order for them to be counted worthy to receive or to enter into that land flowing with milk and honey, the promised land. Right? So let's get Deuteronomy chapter 8. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 8 and 1.
Mhm.
All the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply and go in and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers.
Mhm.
And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy power led thee these 40 years in the wilderness.
So there was led 40 years in the wilderness, up and down in the wilderness. And this was for a purpose, right? But the Most High commanded them to keep and observe all the commandments, that they may live and multiply and to possess the land which he swore to Abraham. Come on.
To humble thee and to prove thee.
So they were going 40 years to be humble and to be proved. So that's the same thing that's going to happen again, right? We're going to be proved. We're going to be put to the test. So here, where we are right now, this is not the last testing ground, right? Read.
To know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no.
So that's what the proving is for. That's what the 40 years wandering in the wilderness was for. Going all over the wilderness was for. Right? To know, the Most High wanted to prove them to know what was in their heart. Whether they was going to keep the commandments or not. But where was Israel's heart? Back in Egypt. That's why as soon as they left Egypt, they began to do what? Mimic and make what they were seeing being done in Egypt. They started to lust after things, desire the things that they were seeing in Egypt, right? So when you leave some place to go in a different location, that doesn't change you. Your heart gotta change when you go into a different place. So you could come out of captivity and go into the wilderness with the same mindset, the same way, the same attitude, the same behavior. But we gotta look at these examples and don't follow them. Don't make the same mistakes as our forefathers. Read.
And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger.
So the suffering to hunger, when they was wandering, they didn't have no bread, they didn't have no food, they didn't have no meat, right? There wasn't no water. That was for a purpose. To humble them, right? So that they could trust in the Most High, to understand that He's their God that delivered them, right? This is the power that they should know. Read.
And fed thee with manna, which thou knowest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord doth man live. Thy raiment waxed not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell.
So imagine that, all those 40 years, and you raiment didn't wax old. You left some little long, right, in the drawer. It's get moth, it's get moss, all types of stuff, fungus, right? But their raiment didn't wax old. Read.
Neither did thy foot swell these 40 years.
Come on.
Thou shalt also consider in thine heart, that as a man chasteneth his son, so the Lord thy God chasteneth thee.
So when we going off and going a different road, the Most High is chasing us to correct us, to guide us. Read.
Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to fear him. For the Lord thy power bringeth thee into a good land, a land of brooks of water, of fountains, and depths that spring out of valleys and hills, a land of wheat and barley, and vines, and fig trees, and pomegranates, a land of oil, olive, and honey, a land wherein thou shalt eat bread without scarceness. Thou shalt not lack anything in it. A land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills thou mayest dig brass. When thou hast eaten and art full, then thou shalt bless the Lord thy power for the good land, which he hath given thee. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy power.
You see that? That's another thing we have to do. Don't forget the Most High. A lot of people, when they receive the blessings, when they receive the things that they require from the Most High through prayer, they begin to forget when they get the things. Right? You must always remember the Most High. Read.
In not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. Least when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built goodly houses, and dwelt therein, and when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast is multiplied, then thine heart be lifted up, and thou forget the Lord thy power.
See that? Pride no starting to settle, and your heart lifted up. You remember who gave you those things. Come on.
Which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage, which led thee through that great and terrible wilderness, wherein were fiery serpents, and scorpions, and drought, where there was no water. Who brought thee forth with water out of the rock of flint? Who fed thee in the wilderness with manna, which thy fathers knew not, that he might humble thee, and that he might prove thee, to do thee good at thy latter end.
To do thee good at thy latter end. Right? So now let's go through, some history. Same wilderness, same Egypt. Let's go to Psalm 78. We're speaking about the signs. So no matter how much signs that the Most High showed to Israel, they still didn't believe. Right? All the wonderful works, all the miracles, that still wasn't enough for Israel. Let's go to Psalm 78 and verse 5.
Psalm 78 and 5. For he established a testimony in Jacob, and appointed a law in Israel, which he commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children.
Right, so these laws and statutes and commandments, you parents of today, right, you're supposed to make these known to your children. Right? Instill these commandments within their heart, within their mind at that early age. Right? Don't let the system put something else different into their heart. Right? Let them know that they're supposed to fear the Most High. Let them know that there's a power. Come on.
That the generation to come might know them, even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children.
Right, come on.
That they might set their hope in the Most High.
See that? So they may set their hope in the Most High at that early age. Come on.
And not forget the works of the Most High, but keep his commandments, and might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation.
So back then, that was a stubborn and rebellious generation. Right? And we are stubborn and rebellious today, but a few is taking the steps, making the effort to try to do better. Right? Come on.
A generation that set not their heart aright, and whose spirit was not steadfast with the Most High.
So their spirits was not right back then. Right? So now we could read about their actions and their works. So imagine reading about it, understanding it, and still following those same bad steps. Right? There's the good steps, right, which is the righteous steps of the righteous forefathers, and there's the bad steps, which was displeasing to the Most High. He didn't like. Come on.
The children of Ephraim, being armed and carrying bows, turned back in the day of battle. They kept not the covenant of the Most High, and refused to walk in his law, and forgot his works and his wonders that he has shown them. Marvelous things did he in the sight of their fathers, in the land of Egypt, in the field of Zoan.
You see that? So marvelous things was performed by the Most High, and also through the hands of Moses and Aaron. Right? But that still wasn't enough. Wondrous works that he did. Come on.
He divided the sea, and caused them to pass through, and And he made the waters to stand as a heap. In the daytime also he led them with a cloud, and all the night with a light of fire. He clave the rocks in the wilderness, and gave them drink as out of the great depths. He brought streams also out of the rock, and caused waters to run down like rivers. And they sinned yet more against him.
No matter what, all these things the Most High was doing, they still sin against it. Come on.
By provoking the Most High in the wilderness. And they tempted the Most High in their heart, but asking meat for their lust.
Right, because remember their heart was back in Egypt. They were seeing the meat in Egypt. All the other stuff in Egypt they were seeing. So they was tempting the Most High, provoking the Most High. Right? Come on.
Yea, they spake against the Most High. They said, can the Most High furnish a table in the wilderness?
Can the Most High furnish a table in the wilderness? So that's what he was saying. When you leave a place, your mindset gonna be changed. Because remember, there ain't gonna be no pretty table, mahogany table that you see here that varnish and all that in the wilderness. There ain't gonna be no pretty stove in the wilderness. So when you get in the wilderness, or if you have the privilege to make, you can say, well, the Most High could bring a stove in the wilderness. Let me cook a pie. They ain't give me nothing, so are we going to repeat these same attributes of our forefathers? Right? Come on.
Behold, he smote the rock that the waters gushed out, and the streams overflowed. Can he give bread also?
They was asking the Most High, can he give bread? He split the sea in half, make people walk on dry sand. And you ask him if he could give bread, he give you manna. Right? Come on.
Can he provide flesh for his people? Therefore the Lord heard this and was wroth.
You see that? The Most High got wroth at that. You asking if he could do this. You tempting the Most High. Come on.
So a fire was kindled against Jacob, and anger also came up against Israel, because they believed not in the Most High, and trusted not in his salvation.
So when you question the Most High and asking him, well, if he could do this or if he could do that, you don't believe. Right? Read.
Though he had commanded the clouds from above, and opened the doors of heaven, and had rained down manna upon them to eat, and had given them of the corn of heaven, man did eat angels' food.
Man did eat angels' food. Come on.
He sent them meat to the full. Caused an east wind to blow in the heaven, and by his power he brought in the south wind. He rained flesh also upon them as dust, and feathered fowls like as the sand of the sea. And he let it fall in the midst of their camp, round about their habitations. So they did eat, were well filled.
They eat and they were well filled. Come on.
For he gave them their own desire.
So all the desires Israel had was given to them by the Most High. But watch, after they got the desires of their own heart, watch how they turn against the Most High. Read.
They were not estranged from their lust.
They were not estranged from the lust. Lust is one of our main things that cause us to fall. Read.
But while their meat was yet in their mouths, the wrath of God came upon them.
See that? Imagine you eating and chewing. A judgment on you. As you eating meat. Meat inside your mouth when you're chewing, the Most High burning fire. Come on.
And slew the fattest of them, and smote down the chosen men of Israel.
Come on.
For all this they sinned still.
For all this they sin still. Come on.
And believed not for his wondrous works. Therefore their days did he consume in vanity, and their years in trouble. When he slew them, then they sought him.
You see that? You know, when they were getting taken down, when they were getting destroyed, then now they sought the Most High. So we gotta look at these key history here, which we read of our forefathers when they came out of Egypt, right? The Exodus and went into the land. Into the wilderness before they entered into the land. Right? They were proved, they were put to try, right? And also the disobedient. What caused them to stumble? The lust. So these are the things that we not supposed to do. These are things that we have to work on. You can't wait till you get out there to work on it, right? All the work we have to do, it starts here. You don't wait till you move to work.